welcome back to Footy SA. Time for our SANFL update for Farmers Union Iced Coffee. And remember, it's a Farmers Union Iced Coffee or it's nothing. And we're into round 12 of SANFL football action. We'll take a look at the scores from yesterday's games. And as you can see, a ripping round of football this. Norwood winners over Centrals by 28 points. Port Adelaide had a win. West Adelaide over Adelaide. And South Adelaide with a big win over North Adelaide, with Eddie kicking 7 in that game. And still to come, Glenelg versus the Eagles, but some interesting results there, Treaders.
Yeah, if you want to go West Adelaide and Adelaide, not the high-scoring game you want to see in football, but Port Adelaide still sitting pretty comfortably at the top of the ladder against Sturt, who's obviously a pretty good team, and that's a really good win. 4 goals in front of 1 versus 2.
And the Eagles a chance to climb back into the top 4 today, James, in a big game against Glenelg.
Yeah, look, split round this SANFL round, and been some interesting results so far. So that'll be a good game today. You'd probably think that the Eagles might go in favourites.
Sturt's lost yesterday, obviously last weekend actually, by 20 points. But who do you fancy?
Well, geez, I don't know. It's hard to get a grip on this because a couple of weeks ago the Eagles, they were second and they were playing Port for top. All of a sudden they slipped. Sturt's form is around the mark, so I think there's still a fair bit of shaping to happen here before the season's up. Adelaide,
a bit of an upset, that 6-point loss yesterday to West Adelaide. Fisher kicked 2. Graham was the best in Callanan for Adelaide, but they would have been disappointed with that.
Yeah, and that scoring, it's not exactly pretty average conditions on Friday night, but when you kick 9 goals for a game and 22 behinds, the goal umpire's working in the wrong direction, unfortunately.
Now, the SA team in the under-18s, the second year in a row national championships, James. There's a lot of talent coming out of this state.
Yeah, look, it's such a wonderful, competition, and you're showcasing some of the best kids in Australia. But to get a win like that, I mean, Sticks Phillips, Brendan, well done, mate. It's a real feather in his cap. I think he's done a great job with that program. And, to see some of those young men perform. I had the good fortune of going to Perth and watching them there as well, and then back over in Adelaide and Melbourne. So, as I said, the program works well. They got 4 All-Australians in. There's some names of son ofs. Young Stretchy was done a terrific job again. Steve Stretcher's young fella, Billy, made the All-Australian side. But they've got some real talent there, Craig, and it'll be interesting to see how that all pans out at the end of the year.
In the SANFL, we have our Farmers Union Iced Coffee medalist each and every week, a nominee in line for $5,000 at the end of the year. And this week it's Brent McLeod of South Adelaide. Treaders, who, in the eyes of all of us, has been hard-working, determined, and has a win-at-all-costs attitude. In the true spirit of the Farmers Union Iced Coffee, he's our nominee for the $5,000 at the end of the year.
Yeah, well, he can have the $5,000 right now if you look at me, because if he's kicking them from 50 on the run, he's getting back and helping his defenders. His form's really good. And there's no doubt that a bloke called Eddie, who kicked another 7 on the weekend yesterday,
he's showing some form.
He's showing some form. And when this guy's getting forward and using the ball as well as he is, then they're a good team.
Nickname Red Dog. The old Geelong Falcon boy, and he's a very tough inside player. He's had some pretty high achievements. He was an All-Australian as a junior, but it's great to see him take on that form into this level, and he's become a very important player at South Adelaide.
Brad Gotch has got him going very well down there.
They're building nicely. Don't worry about that. Plenty more Footy SA right after this.